Road, map 15, lot 101-A for adult training. Roughly 1 to 5 clients at a time.
Yes.
Okay. For planning board procedure, the work session will conclude no later than 5:30 unless the board votes to extend. Procedurally, for each application, the board will discuss the application. No action will be taken on any application at this work session. Neither the applicant nor the public has the right to speak. However, for its sole discretion, the board may ask questions of the applicant and solicit comments from the public. All persons addressing the board should first state their name. Okay, we have just the one application, and on if you're here,
Yes, I'm done.
would you like to just give us an overview?
Sure. So, my plan is my husband and I cleared a field on our property, for personal use, but also with the hopeful goal of being able to have some dog training clients to our house. I primarily have started training in sports, so like dog agility or fly ball, disc dog, that kind of thing. I currently run a disc dog league in Penobscot at the Jim Henry Field. But I have all the equipment for an agility course, so I want to set it up in my own yard just for my own dogs, and then hopefully be able to offer some private training and then group classes of no more than 5, because I can't handle more than 5 clients at a time in a class. So that's the plan.
So will these dogs be overnighting or just?
Nope, it would be for the duration of the class or the private session or whatever. Typically, most classes are about an hour. Every dog's working for like 5-minute turns, 2 times a turn. Obviously not like in the middle of the night or super early morning, but usually I'd say I have a mixture right now of some people who are, yeah, especially in the summer, some people are available more during the daytime during the week, but a lot of like early afternoon, after work kind of things. Yeah.
So Donna, do you have parking there already?
Yes, we have a driveway and then a cleared parking space near our house where we can fit the cars. And then a gate that closes too.
So you're not adding any additional asphalt, gravel?
Nope.
anything?
No.
Okay.
We had to, when we cleared the field, they had to like make a cut through and for the truck to drive in and out of, that's has mulch on it now, but that's not an official driveway, so we wouldn't be able to use that for cars.
When I was looking at it, is how the application read, and Sean clarified for me. I thought originally you were tenants. Is this your?
My father purchased it,
Right,
yeah,
that's what Sean.
yeah.
Okay.
So he's technically the owner. He's on my insurance at rider for my business, and obviously he wrote a letter just to say that he's comfortable with whatever we're doing, but yeah.
And we, I had asked Sean earlier today, is the butters, nobody, you have no problems
Nope.
either.
Nope.
Nobody has said anything at all.
Nothing heard.
Nope.
So with
Now the,
Actually, our neighbor came over yesterday or the other day to get brisket and asked us about it, so he's comfortable with it. That's the only neighbor that we actually see. Yeah,
That Tom
yeah, Temple, or yeah.
or Temple.
Temple.
Yeah, it's Temple's woodworking business, and then a rental where the Lamontaneros live, and then their place, and then you've got about a third of a mile or so before you hit another house.
Yeah, and we've spoken to that neighbor too, just when we were clearing the field, talking about what we were doing and where the property lines were and stuff, and he was very interested. He has a dog too, so I feel like everyone's like, "Oh, cool."
good.
So far,
And the sign is all within our zoning?
Yeah, we just, it has to be less than 3 by 2, 6 square feet.
Okay.
But there's multiple, as you drive around the square, there's a lot of them out there, and as long as they're 3 by 2, they are authorized by the zoning ordinance.
I have one question. So the ordinance reads, home occupation shall be carried out wholly within a dwelling unit or accessory structure to a dwelling unit. This is
that's in our zoning ordinance.
Okay.
That's, I saw the same thing. And this is a type of business that I think that was never thought of when our zoning ordinance was written. That you could do a home occupation business outside, wholly outside. But I saw the same thing. Now, I mean, you could,
Enjoy the weekend.
they have a small shed out there where you're gonna store equipment. You could say that the business is wholly in that, but you know, it's not necessarily written in black and white in our zoning ordinance.
I noticed somewhere though that one of the allowable things was a kennel, so I mean, it would seem that it's.
Yeah.
You know, sort of germane, but anyway, will the field be fenced?
The field right now has temporary sheet fencing, so it's not like permanently fenced. The goal is to fence it. We actually do have enough fencing to be able to permanently fence the road portion of it. And then the other sides are into the woods.
And so when when you're working on the 5 minute or whatever with each dog, are the other dogs with an owner?
Yes, the other dogs will either need to be contained in the vehicle or with their owner. Most people will put them in their vehicle so that they can listen to the other students' instructions.
I have a granddaughter who. Yeah, who does it.
Does the stuff, oh yeah, so you know what the car setups are like, and I will say too, there is the possibility that you might have a class where all 5 dogs are working at a time, but the idea is that you're working on the dogs being polite and not
It's a
running
great-
amok. Yeah,
And the lot is zoned properly? Residential or?
Everything in a rural district can be a home occupation depending upon
Right. Okay.
the usage or the you know, do they have parking? Do they have, you know, the criteria that's laid out in the findings of fact for a miscellaneous project, but yeah, you can have a home occupation anywhere in town.
Yeah. Good.
And we have them in everywhere in town.
so
Do you have any other questions for us?
I don't think so.
This is very short and sweet.
Yes, that's good. That's what I was hoping for. I was like, I don't really know what to expect, but I.
Is your future, would you like to have move from Penobscot to here, or would you? Cause I noticed you've got the
Yeah, we're doing.
competition there.
We've been, well, and we were renting in Penobscot when we first moved up here, so I started doing some stuff there, and then. The issue is a little bit parking, because the league I have now, I think like 9 or 10 people, which as of right now, I don't think we really have the parking for. And then. The other piece of that, what was it, I just lost my train of thought completely. Why am I moving? Yeah, so that was a big piece of it. So the league like competition stuff may have to happen. The other thing is a lot of those competitions, you are required by the organization's regulations to have a bathroom or a porta potty, which I'm not ready for, so, but this is kind of the first step of getting things like being able to at least offer lessons here, and there are trials happening in Maine, but there's kind of no one offering this type of training for agility or disc or anything like that, so my goal is to have a place. The other thing would be people may rent it, like one person can rent the field to use the equipment to practice and things like that, so.
Board have any questions for Bruce?
Nope.
No.
Charles?
And
No.
and 1 or 2 employees, I mean, it's you and your husband.
Yeah, my husband's technically, I guess he's technically, he doesn't get paid, so I don't know if he would consider himself an employee, but yeah. It's just me and him. Yeah, he has, I did form an LLC, so he has like 5% ownership in the LLC, and he likes to like make sure I remember that. As of right now, it's just me, but yeah, we would definitely not be expanding too
I
much.
think our ordinance says no more than 5.
Yeah, I can't, yeah, no plans for that.
Okay,
Good.
no other questions and everything else. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Donna. This sounds fun.
It's gonna be fun if you have dogs.
I have a friend who was mad into border collies. He has 3.
Oh, perfect, that's what I had, those are,
Training them, well, he's had them since I've known him, that's about 25 years.
yep,
So throw a bunch of them, some of them have won prizes in competitions.
Oh,
like this.
yeah, disc and, oh, yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's a
They're
fun,
smart dogs.
They're really
Very
smart.
smart.
yeah, and that's kind of the thing up here that I was surprised by is how many people have dogs or do things when they're driving to New Hampshire or Portland to compete. Like the closest agility place, it's indoors, which is nice, but it's 2.5 hours away in Portland, which is kind of, so it's like, at least we have somewhere with the space and equipment. That was the other thing. In Penobscot, the disc field needs to be 150 feet, I think. I don't know that our field has quite the dimensions that could fit it, so that was part of it. That was what I forgot. But yeah, hopefully people will enjoy it. And like I said, half of it was just I wanted a place to put all my stuff, so.
Okay,
That's self-serving a little too, but
thank you.
thank you. It was nice meeting you guys.
Tom, if you
You
don't,
too.
We'll see you on the 21st.
See you on the 21st.
if you don't mind, yeah, Penny, this, to your point, I think it was a great point. Saw the same thing when I get an application like this, I go back to the applicable section and I reread it. And when I was rereading it, I saw the same thing. It's like it has to take place wholly in the accessory or principal structure of on the property. And again, why couldn't you have an outdoor?
Well, and why if, I don't know where I saw I guess it was in, the kennel thing that was acceptable, so, I mean, that,
Well, that could be in an accessory structure because you're actually housing animals.
I
But-
guess, yeah.
But
Yeah.
point being is that you've got no neighbors around them really, and 1 to 5 clients at a time. A business in Castine, all the way out at the edge of Penobscot, and because that's in the zoning ordinance, we would, is that the hill to die on? Point being is that we might want to look at that verbiage for, a possible change. I've had another person ask me about opening up a retail business. Wants to do a farm stand. Basically farm to farm stand, which is absolutely allowed in our zoning ordinance. But then our zoning ordinance says absolutely no on all retail sales in the rural district off net. Tilton Timber kind of gets around that by being a farm stand because it allows for seasonal use of other produce and stuff. But the reality is we have some businesses off net that probably are purely retail that, one in particular that doesn't really comport with that. But it probably predates our zoning ordinance as well, certainly predates me. Point being is that these are all things to jot down to say, you know what, we might want to take, as a planning board, you all might want to take a look at this.
Well, I just appointed her to a committee.
This should be a living, breathing document.
Roberta and I in Nyman met yesterday, and she wants a representative from the planning board. So Penny's gonna take that, and then if they'll use me as a consultant. And they're doing a lot of ordinances, that's what basically what it's for.
I know.
So
Yep.
she's a perfect person for
Perfect.
that. Perfect.
I need information.
But this is, again, this is something to jot down. We have we're probably well past the time where we could get anything in November, but May's coming up pretty quick.
We did a garden, flower sale garden thing, which probably, it leaked into this a little bit, because I think it's what being thrown on the property, It's just, it's not gonna be the only situation.
No, the gentleman that contacted me is looking to do a farm with then a farm stand, but he also said he'd like to have a barn where people could go and get mulch and get, and that's purely retail, right? Because you're buying that from someplace else and you're gonna have it stored there, and right now, our zoning ordinance would not allow that. There's, kind of we say we want business and we say we want busy, economic growth in town, but then we don't have a zoning ordinance that really supporting that.
We need to fix that.
And so that's
We should be encouraging businesses within reason.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta, and that's, the last two comp plans have both said they want basically clean industry. You want something that comes into town that is not going to have, huge parking problems or, I don't think the town would really, be supportive of, a cement plant off neck or
No.
something like that. But what is that thing that the town does want, and what is that verbiage that needs to be baked into the zoning ordinance to allow it? Something, like a farm stand with some small retail on the side would seem to be fit that. But, right now, I had to tell that guy that, hey, this is petition the select board, petition the planning board for a zoning ordinance change for that specific reason. And then, we can develop the verbiage to, when you all can motion and vote and see if you're supportive of it, and we can, develop the verbiage and get that change inculcated. Okay,
Sounds good.
are you
Do I
adjourned?
have a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
I wanted to do myself on, I got an hour before the fire department.
Yeah, I could have. Why, we're out of meeting, does anybody have any questions at all? All right, not about that, but. And you, Sean.
Hmm.
What are your daughters getting?
Sean, that's still on, so you know. I'm leaving.
I'm trying to figure out how to shut it down.
Find the X.